and welcome back to Kid Zone TV. Today, I have something very important to tell you about. It was the greatest gift I ever received as a child, okay? Now, I want you to picture it. Very young Pastor Colin, very young, small, much cuter, okay? So, it was a Christmas morning, one of the best ones that ever happened, all right? There was only one thing that I had asked for Christmas, one thing that I had wanted. Back then, there was this toy store that used to exist called Toys R Us. Now, for the first time I'd ever walked through that store, there was something that I had seen. It was in this big box, really tall up, and what I saw was not just a toy, but it was the toy. It was an actual version of Batman's Batcave, okay? It came up to a whopping 3 feet tall. That was taller than me at the time, okay? Now, this was the coolest thing because you could put Batman up in this top thing, and then you bring down this lever, and all of a sudden, he comes out as Bruce Wayne. How? How on earth does this make sense? This toy was that amazing, was that cool, so it was the only thing I wanted. So Christmas morning, I woke up extra early. I went downstairs, but I didn't see any boxes that matched the Batcave. I looked around, none of them. And then after I'd opened up a few presents, my dad gave me this little card. And when you're 7 and you get a card, you're like, it's not a Batcave, like, okay. So I opened up the card. And some cards, you know, they say something nice inside, they say that. This card had a riddle on it. Now, what I didn't know was that my dad had set up a scavenger hunt all over the house for me and my brother to find our last Christmas gift. So, all of a sudden, I was in our family room, then the next clue led me to the toaster, then to the shower, then all of a sudden to the laundry room, and then to my closet, where that night, the night before, my dad had snuck in and put in a Christmas gift. Now I had went in there, I burst open the doors, and there I saw it, the Batman Batcave. This was the best gift. And I was so excited. I was screaming, I was yelling, and it was so cool. This was literally one of the coolest gifts I ever got. But can I tell you, even if you've gotten a gift before that's really exciting, what we're gonna learn about today is the best gift that's ever been given. The best gift that we could ever receive. The best possible gift ever. So, I'm really excited to get started with things today. Without further ado, we are now starting Kid Zone TV.
I can do anything, I can do all things, 'cause it's you who gives me strength. Nothing is impossible, through you, blind eyes are open, strongholds are broken, I am living by faith. Nothing is impossible. that the highest king would welcome me. I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. Yes, I am who you say I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
All right, guys, we're going to pray together. And today, we're learning about an amazing gift that was given to us. And whenever somebody gives us a gift, what we want to do is we want to say thank you. Especially when God gives us something amazing, we want to say thank you to Him. Now, sometimes whenever we pray, what we're doing is we're asking God to do something for us. But another way we can pray is by saying thank you and telling God just how much we love Him and appreciate Him. So, what we're going to do together is we're going to pray and thank God. And I want you to think about something in your life that you're thankful for, something that you can thank God for. Maybe it's your house, your family, maybe it's something that you were given. All those amazing things are from God. So what we're going to do is we're going to thank Him for it. So let's close our eyes and pray. And you can repeat after me if you don't know what to pray. We're going to say this: Jesus, thank you so much for everything that you've given me. Thank you so much that you love me, that you're kind to me, that you're always there for me. Please help me to remember just how amazing you are. We all said together, Amen. All right, now I want you to think about that today. Think about that every day of just how amazing God is and the amazing things that God has given us.
Welcome to Story Lab.
This week, we're celebrating Christmas.
Oh, and we're also doing this. Hey, I'm Amaya.
And I'm Zeke,
And we're talking about Christmas.
which is celebrating Jesus, God's greatest gift.
What do you love the most about getting ready for Christmas?
Oh, everything. The lights, decorations, ooh, Christmas specials.
And that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Don't forget setting up the nativity.
Nativity.
You know, all the figures from the Christmas story.
Oh, yeah. We still put up the plastic manger scene from when I was a kid. Plus, we bake all sorts of cookies. Oh, I love Christmas cookies.
Good, because we're going to do it all by building a gingerbread nativity.
Oh, do we have to bake?
Nope, but we do have to architect. Here we have all of our characters. We have Mary, we have Joseph, we have baby Jesus, and 1, 2, 3 wise men.
What about the shepherds?
The kid didn't have any shepherd.
Oh, I'm turning this guy into a shepherd.
The kid also didn't have any barns or stable or a shed. So we're gonna be using,
Graham crackers.
yeah, I mean, this is where our architectural skills really come in. Have you ever made a gingerbread house before?
Yeah, but the icing never holds right. The pieces always slide or fall down.
Not today, because today we're using sugar glue.
I'm not seeing glue.
Well, that's because we have to apply superheat until it melts like lava.
Oh, that's cool. Let's make it.
Remember, do not do this alone.
Grab an adult to help.
All right, first step, pour the sugar into a bottom-heavy saucepan. Thank you. All right, that should be enough to start. Step 2, place the sugar on a burner on medium-high heat.
Definitely grab a grown-up for this part.
Step 3, swirl the sugar and stir as it starts to melt. Thank you. Oh, here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have glue.
Woo, it's actually caramelized.
Sugar, or sucrose, is a single molecule. When heat is applied, it kicks off a series of chemical reactions. These can form up to 1,000 different compounds that make up caramel. It's so complicated, scientists aren't even sure how it works yet.
Step 5, keep your sugar glue warm while you build. Yay! I think Frank Lloyd Wright will be proud.
Who? Oh, the famous architect. Although I don't think Frank Lloyd Wright worked in gingerbread and sugar glue. Tasty though. Do we get to decorate?
Yes, right now. And well, that turned out kind of, I mean, you can tell what it is, right?
Away in a manger, one cookie for a bed.
All right, it's time for
The story before the story.
today. We're in the 3rd book of the New Testament, Luke. But before Luke, in the very beginning, out of love, God made an amazing world. But when people turned away from God, the world was broken.
God made a plan to bless the whole world through the Israelites, but over and over, God's people would run to God and then pull away, just like a yo-yo.
Then foreign nations invaded and captured the Israelites. They must have wondered if God still loved them and if he had a plan for them. God spoke through prophets about the great rescuer God would send.
And at last, after hundreds of years, God sent an angel to tell a girl named Mary she would have a very special baby.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Brian.
Okay, the stage was set. After so many long years, God's amazing rescue plan was underway. And God actually used a foreign king to help carry out that plan. The Jewish people lived under Roman rule, and the Roman leader Caesar Augustus needed money for his fine palaces and large army.
I command a census of every single person in my entire empire.
That meant that every person had to be counted and placed on a list to pay expensive taxes to Rome. And news of this census traveled all the way from Rome to the tiny town of Nazareth in Judea, on the very edge of the Roman Empire.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Every person must go immediately to their own hometown to be listed.
A carpenter named Joseph and the girl he was engaged to marry, named Mary, heard the decree.
I guess I'll be making a road trip to Bethlehem.
I guess we'll be making a road trip to Bethlehem.
Both Joseph and Mary had been born into the family line of King David, so they would have to make the week-long journey to Bethlehem, the town of David, in order to be counted. Now, this was more than a little inconvenient, as Mary was nearly ready to have a baby whose birth had been announced by an angel.
You will become pregnant and give birth to a son. You must call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High God.
The trip from Nazareth to Bethlehem was about 70 miles, which is just a couple hours by car, but a whole week of travel on foot or by donkey. The journey was long and dusty. Camping out on the rough ground could not have been very comfortable for Mary. At last, Mary and Joseph saw the town of Bethlehem. They must have been ready for a hot bath and a quiet place to stay after that long journey. But the little town of Bethlehem was not so still and silent. Lots of other people had come to be counted as well. They filled every inn and guest room in town.
There has got to be room for us somewhere. Have we checked with all of your relatives?
Even my great Aunt Hulda and my third cousins, twice removed.
Finally, the very last home that Mary and Joseph tried had a room. Sort of. They were offered a place to stay with the animals.
I don't know about this.
It's dry, it's warm, and this baby really, really, really needs a place to be born.
So Mary and Joseph settled into their most unusual guest room, and there with the cows, and sheep, and chickens, Mary's brand new baby boy was born.
It's just like the angel told you. And his name?
The angel said we must call him Jesus.
Mary wrapped her baby tightly in long strips of cloth to keep him warm and cozy. There was no crib or cradle, so she placed him in a manger. The king of the entire world slept peacefully in the animal's feeding trough as Mary and Joseph looked on, and outside, the nighttime sky blazed with stars. God's very own son, the best gift ever, came into the world in the most unexpected way. And the birth announcement, well, I'm just gonna save that for later.
Most amazing birth story ever.
You know, nobody understood it then, but this tiny baby was going to grow up to teach and heal and show people what God was like. And then Jesus would choose to lay down his life and the whole world to defeat death itself.
That is some Christmas gift.
Not exactly something you just find on an Amazon wish list.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, our world gets wrapped up in hoping for so many different things, you know? We want everything from world peace down to a shiny new skateboard, and that's great. But in the middle of it all, be sure to remember the most important gift.
Right. So find a quiet moment to thank God for the gift of Jesus and ask God to help you walk with Jesus every moment of the coming year.
Yeah, because knowing Jesus is an amazing gift that you can open every single day.
I think you've got it. So,
Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho!
see you next time.
Merry Christmas. Bye,
Bye,
Brian. So here's the thing. Jesus is the greatest gift.
I think we need some sheep at the manger. Big, fluffy ones.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today on Kids Zone TV. Now, I have to tell you, the next couple episodes are about to look very, very different. So, I need you to stay tuned because at the end, there's actually a really big prize we're gonna give away. So make sure you stay tuned because you don't wanna miss that out. And because you don't wanna miss out on it. And also, we have some of the funnest things we are going to do. So, make sure you stay tuned for Kids Zone TV.